TrueStarTV. I hope everyone had a wonderful and safe spring break. And for all those who are just the first time joining us, I'm Tier, and this is Miss Sierra. And
hello.
How was your spring break?
It was amazing. I slept 85–90% of the time.
I feel you. It was cold for me, girl, but we're back, and I'm glad everybody got back safely. So first, we're going to get started off. The Bachelor happened this past Monday. Sean finally picked Miss Catherine to be his future wife.
She's obsessed with The Bachelor. For what reason, I won't know.
I'm not obsessed with The Bachelor. To be honest, the ideal of what The Bachelor is kind of, I understand it, but I actually feel like it's starting to play out. I feel like it's the only reality love show that's still kind of here, that still kind of exists. And people nowadays, it's just like they pretend to be in love to be on TV.
And my thing is, like, after you run a show for so long and you have so many failed relationships and things that don't really exist, how long do you run the show before you say, okay, call it quits, like, it's over?
But people are still tuning in, people are still watching. That's just like, honestly, people even question American Idol because they said for the past few seasons, the numbers keep going down and down. The ratings are looking horrible, but they're still the #1 singing show compared to, the X Factor or The Voice. So the people still say what, they want to watch.
And then with American Idol, I think it's more about the judges these days anyway. It's not about the talent anymore, and that's what I think they're trying to get back to, the talent. Because when American Idol first started, it was more about if these people can really sing. Like in the Ruben Studdard days, the Fantasia days, those were people who could really sing. Now it's more about who's sitting on the judge panel and who's saying the most controversial thing and making them more famous. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I do have a personal vendetta against American Idol because for the last, 4 seasons, the person who should have won came second, and it just it's rigged. It became to a point where you just knew who was gonna get eliminated. You just knew who was gonna win. It's so predictable. That's honestly, I love America's Next Top Model. This past weekend, because I had nothing to do, I was watching this past season, and College Edition, I guessed every time who was gonna go home. I feel like it shouldn't be like that.
Sometimes it's predictable because they start to occur a pattern. So it's just like, whoever she talks to first, that's the person that's going to go home, because she's not going to talk to the person who's going to go home last. You know what I'm saying? So she'll talk to that person first and be like, here's your picture, you're going home.
Well, actually, this new season is kind of actually interesting how they're doing it, because they're actually doing a fan vote now. And it's the people vote at home. It's if your favorite person, let's say they did a vote and you loved it, you would vote for them. And then in panel, your score with fan vote would come up. And so it's not only just what the judges think, it's judges plus challenges plus the fan vote. And so you might have someone who's high fashion. She has a great walk, has great photos. But what if the fans just don't like her? She might not have the fan vote to keep her. And so I kind of like it, but then I kind of don't.
Yeah, it's pros and cons.
Yeah, so, but next is Bieber. Justin Bieber.
Is Justin Bieber really spiraling out of control, guys?
I don't think Justin's spiraling out of control. This is what I think. I think Justin is being his age. He's 19. He has money. He's cute. He's a very handsome young man. He should be enjoying himself. It's kind of like he kind of went off a little bit on Twitter. And he was basically explaining oh, excuse me for having a show for 2 hours and being hot. I just took off my shirt. Y'all making this big deal about it. And then, saying his birthday was the worst birthday ever and
then,
all this stuff.
Justin Bieber's thing is how the media keeps you in a mold. When you start off at 15, you're 15 forever to the media. So with the whole Justin Bieber thing, I just think he's just a teenager just dating girls and having fun. And who am I to stop him from having fun? He has the money to do whatever he wants to do. And the whole London thing is the thing that kind of got me. I'm like, you in London acting crazy? Where your mama?
Do you think the media is they're exploiting him just like they do everybody else who was a teen child star trying to break the mold?
Just like they did Miley Cyrus. They thought she was supposed to be Hannah Montana forever. When she became a woman and started to go into her own, the media couldn't handle it. But I think he'll have his little 5 minutes of so-called, so to speak, spiraling out of control. And then when they get to the next celebrity kid who turns 18, they'll be on to that one.
I think what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to do with a lot of artists who go from teen to adult is make a true adult album and make that transition, because his mentor, Usher, Usher had to do, but he always was that grown and sexy person. So he always had that, that nice transition into from young teenager to sexy adult man and whatnot. And speaking of Miley, I don't know what's going on. She's been changing her hair. She's saying her hair actually look blue, but she does platinum. And one thing I know about Miley is that she wants to shed every bit of it because it's the tattoos. I saw her smoking. I was like, no, Miley, don't smoke. I was just like, why? Because you don't have to do all of that stuff to me to break an image. If you want to be grown, be grown. Do your business. Go to work, go to school, do whatever you got to do. You don't have to act out to prove that, oh, I'm grown now.
Maybe it's not acting out. Maybe she's just being who she always wanted to be. But, like, when you're on Disney, you have contracts, you can't do this, the media can't see you do this. But at the end of the day, we're all people, so you have to put her in the same category as you. Everybody tries something once.
And the controversy thing is that Liam, people are talking about him and, they're not getting married anymore. Miley's been seen without her ring because he was seen with January Jones leaving a party. And, is the wedding still on? Is it off? I feel just because, people have to remember, just because you see me with someone doesn't mean we're dating, doesn't mean we're together. Like, it's like people forget, once you're in a relationship, like, you can't have opposite sex friends. Like, we were friends, before. Like, why would that change?
I think sometimes, it just depends on that that opposite sex friend.
Because some people do. They kind of test the waters and next thing you know, it's a divorce everywhere, all over the screens.
But I'm just like, the age difference might be a factor. Like, you just don't know. Like, but the media plays whatever card they can. But the fact that he's so much older than her, like,
he's only like 3-4 years older than her.
But he like 27.
He's not 27, is he?
Yeah, he like 27, and she was just like 19.
I did not know he was 27. In my head, he was like 22, 23.
He looked good. Don't get me wrong.
Unless you know how much I know much about Liam.
But he's like 27. Like, come on.
Well, speaking of TV shows and old TV shows, Real Husbands of Hollywood. I don't know if y'all watch it. It comes on BET Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. It's Kevin Hart's the fakest reality show you will ever watch. It is hilarious. And my favorite Kardashian, Miss Khloe, just shot for season 2, so they got picked up for another season. And I'm very interested to see Khloe's acting skills because usually the celebs on the show, they play themselves. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how Khloe, I guess, plays herself.
She's probably going to be over the top Khloe. Like, Khloe's already over the top, but she's probably going to be like over the top Khloe, like so real, so uncut. Like,
there gonna be a lot of bleeps because Khloe, she cusses like a sailor. I think she's trying to tone it down, but Khloe does kind of cuss a lot, so that would be interesting to see. And Kim, we all know Kim. She kind of tries at the acting, but Tyler Perry is finally releasing the new movie.
And you know what?
Temptations.
I have to give it to Kim because Kim did a few episodes of a show on Lifetime.
The Diva, the
Drop Dead Diva, and she was actually good. Like,
she did.
It's like she dropped the whole Kim Kardashian thing, like stepped into her character.
Yeah.
I kind of applauded her because when she did that other stupid movie, like, it was so Kim. But
I mean, have you seen the trailer? Because in the trailer, it looked like she's doing it again. In the trailer, I didn't feel like I was talking to accounts. I feel like I'm hearing Kim, I'm seeing Kim, she's talking like Kim. It is not saying that she's completely changing, like being herself. It sounds, from what I've seen in the trailer, Kim.
It sounds like an episode of the Kardashians, like.
I mean, she looks fabulous though. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. She looks good in it. But I just feel like some people need to accept the fact that acting is not their forte. I feel like it's time for Kim to kind of accept that
Tyler Perry,
fact.
even if you didn't think you were an actor, if Tyler Perry called you and said, "Here, I want to put you in my next movie," are you gonna say no?
No. I mean, I'll be
You're
that
gonna
cast of
say,
call.
yeah. It's just certain people you don't say no to, and Tyler Perry is definitely one of those people you don't say no to.
But I feel like it's kind of funny that he's actually deciding to release it now, because this movie, if y'all didn't know, this movie's supposed to be out like a year ago. But the whole controversial thing was when Kim first got her divorce from Chris Humphries after being married for only 72 days. So I think he actually put it on the back burner.
Been married more than 72 days. She's still not divorced yet.
Okay, she filed for divorce
after 72
days, but she is still legally married to Chris Humphries, and the divorce trial is to be set in June. But it is ironic that he's now doing, especially with her being with Kanye, and she's pregnant, thinking that, you know, obviously that people have forgotten about the whole marriage thing and the whole scandal, but it's kind of is still going on. And I think it is time to move on, release the movie, because I was waiting for it, because I love Tyler Perry, I love his plays, I love his movies, and so I'm very interested to see it, because it has actually one of my favorite female actresses in it, because I loved her in The Great Debaters. Can't remember her name right now, but I love her, so I'm really excited to see the movie. Speaking of Kim, you can't talk about Kim without talking about Kanye. As we talked about earlier, well, actually in the previous episode, Kanye kind of called JT out and saying that he loves Ho, but Ho, he not effing with that suit and tie. So Justin hosted SNL again this past weekend for the 5th time, and he kind of made a little comeback because he performed suit and tie and basically called Kanye out. Basically talking about, you have, you know, these dramatic rappers, you know, talking about my song and stuff. So I thought it was very tasteful how Justin did it, and it's kind of interesting to see how Kanye will respond, because we know Kanye doesn't really keep his mouth closed.
But I think Kanye just runs off the fact that everybody thinks he's controversial. Like, he plays off the fact that people like the fact that he kind of says whatever is on his mind. That's my thing.
Yeah, but he kind of called out the boss, if you think about it, because he's on Jay's label, and he's like, I love you, Ho, but I'm not effing with it. Like, you kind of calling out the boss on that, and it's kind of like, when is it kind of too much? And I can't really say I'm a Kanye fan, because I don't really listen to his music like that. I do believe he is a tight lyricist. His lyrics are off the chain. They're heartfelt. But certain things to me should be kept to yourself, because it's kind of like, who asked for your opinion? Because his song is number one.
That's why I think that he plays off the fact that people like,
because he knows people will listen.
Yeah, like, he's controversial. Like, that's who he is. And even when Kim did an interview with David Letterman, and David Letterman wanted to address the fact that Kanye is so controversial, she's like, I don't know, like, he just says what
he wants to say,
whatever he wants to say, like, and you think that's cool?
I think ever since them becoming official, Kim has dumbed down a lot.
She really has.
It's like Kanye don't play that, so she's went from here to here.
Everything is not so like glam
fashion. It's like she's so much more settled, and it's kind of like she's starting to be, I feel like, kind of like her other sisters, because everybody knows Kim wants the spotlight. Everybody knows she's the favorite Kardashian, and so for her to finally be like, no, I want my privacy, because, I don't know if you know, but she's decided not to do the rest of the seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She said this season they're shooting right now will be her last season. I think that's due to Kanye. I don't think that's due to Kim.
I think personally he doesn't want the fact that they're having a child now. I think she has to now consider it, because her relationship, I feel like people have this personal vendetta against Kim, and they don't really know how she is, because everything with her is so public that we go through her breakups with her. We see who she date, and then it's just like, it's like she's a serial dater, because everything is so public. So with everything being so public, you kind of like form your own opinion of how this person is, when they personally might not be like that. And I feel like she's so settled, and she wants to be happy, and she probably always wanted to like stop the limelight and stuff like that. But now that she has somebody who's an advocate for stopping the limelight and having people so much in her life and in her relationship, I think she's running with that now.
I think, but with Kim though, you have to remember, Kim wanted to be an open book. She said it all the time that she liked people to be in a part of her life and inviting them in and knowing about, so you know who we really are. You know, who is Kim, who's Chloe, who's Courtney, who's Rob, you know, Scott, everybody, Chris, Bruce, who are the Kardashians, who are the Jenners, Kylie and Kendall. And so I feel like now, after being the serial dater and being exposed, I think Kim Kim has always wanted to just be her like her mom. She wanted to be a mom. She wanted to be a wife. She always wants a big family. She said that plenty of times. That's why I still say to today, that's why her and Reggie didn't work. Because she wanted to get married, Reggie didn't. And
he actually is getting engaged. Like, he's engaged.
And pregnant.
And the girl's pregnant.
And they call her Kim Kardashian lookalike.
She is. She's the girl. She's the girl from the Old Navy commercial who looked just like Kim.
So, but I feel like Kim is finally getting the life, the personal life that she's always seen and looked up to. And she finally has a man that knows about the home earth, coming from a humble beginning. You know, because, you know, obviously we know Kanye's life wasn't all of that in a bag of chips. Her life kind of was. She grew up in the glitz and the gun because her father, Rob Kardashian, biggest, you know, obviously known for the O.J. Simpson case. So it's really interesting to see how her life is changing and how it's turning. But I feel like
she's more humble now.
Yeah, I feel like as long as Kim sticks with Kanye, I think she'll be good. But I feel if they ever break up, it'll turn right back on.
I don't know. I just think maybe I always have hope for Kim because I love the Kardashians. I kind of consider myself an honorary Kardashian.
But really?
Yeah,
honorary?
Yes. I'm like, they call me.
So she's the mocha chocolate.
Honorary Kardashian.
Kardashian, that's what she is.
And I always like kind of take up for them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they're people. Like, people make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just because the cameras are focused on their life that makes their mistakes way bigger than my mistakes.
Honestly, it's not even that, because I always tell people I'm an advocate for, I feel like, for any celebrity, because I tell people they're humans first. People want to forget that, you know what, they're just, my daddy always tell me, no one's better than you. They just got more money. So Bill Gates could be sitting right here and I'd be like, what up? But let Bill Gates disrespect me. Excuse me, exactly. It's like, he might be worth $75 billion, but I'm like, I'm still a human. You still gonna respect me. And I feel like that's something that people gotta remember is don't idolize celebrities, because you have to remember that they gonna go through the same ish that we gonna go through. They've been through it. So as long as we be like, okay, this is what they do. They entertain, they dance, sing, act, whatever. Then everything will be okay. But I feel like as long as you put them at that level, then if they let you down, it's like, oh, they this, oh, they that, they this and they, you know, the other. Just like Taylor Swift. Everybody's like, as soon as she break up, what's gonna happen? Number one hit.
Taylor Swift is out of control. I'm gonna speak for that because she has dated like over 18 celebrity guys, and she
said she's had 2 relationships. She said she's had 2 official relationships.
She dates the same kind of guy every time. Like, I don't understand how you date this pop star or rock star from another country, or like.
I think Taylor's sensitive. I think that's what it is. I think Taylor, for her, she's like that little girl that honestly, even as women, we can understand. And it's like, if they hurt you once, you never forget it. So it's like, you're kind of iffy to give them a second shot, because the whole thing with Harry Styles, it kind of came out that he chased her for a year. She was like, no, I don't want it. But she finally caved in. Apparently he cheated. She forgave him, but then almost cheated again. And so then that's when she decided to be done with him. So I feel like somewhere along with Taylor, something always went wrong that we didn't see. But also the fact that I'm like, Taylor, don't just jump back into one relationship into the other, because it was like back to back to back to back. And to us, that's just making you look some type of way. And that might not be the case at all. You could just be like, see, like we date, like I date, like you could just date, you know, several people at one time if you want to. But as a celebrity, you do got to be careful about that, just so people don't get the wrong impression. And sometimes I think what celebrities do wrong is not speak out.
Yeah.
A lot of them just want to push it, put it to the side, but they don't want to speak out. So I think if they actually spoke out more about the controversial issues, it'll be okay.
Moving right along.
That just means she don't like Taylor Swift, basically.
I mean, I love Taylor. I think she's very talented, but I think her personal life is kind of always in the way, because everybody she dates, she releases an album after with all hateful songs. Like, she's a man-hater. And all her songs, I mean, girls love a sad love song, and they love to relate, but at the end of the day, like, all of your songs are man-hating songs. Like,
But last but not least, my personal kind of favorite, Mr. Chris Brown, because, I mean, I do love Chris. He is kind of border side like Booski, but don't tell nobody that. Chris
Brown
was seen grabbing his genital area at the paparazzis who wouldn't leave him alone, and he had some very nice choice words for them.
I really want to know what's going on with Chris Brown. Like, is he feeding off of this bad boy image, or what? Or is he really a bad boy? Like,
Chris is a sweetheart. Chris Brown is a sweetheart. Okay, people. Okay. People read on it. He gives back. He loves different foundations, different charities. He loves to show his talents through art. It's not even that, but think about it. If someone is following you 24/7 and they're saying this and saying that, Chris this, Chris, and then you know they asking about Rihanna, it's like, how much can one person, what happens if I keep doing this to you? What's going to happen? You either going to hit me, poke me back, you going to say, get off me, you going to do something.
But I know, but it's different because when you have yourself in the celebrity limelight, you already know they looking for ammunition. So you might as well just keep it moving. Like, don't say nothing. Like, you don't have to respond to everything.
I don't think it's even respond to everything because he hasn't lashed out in a minute, if you kind of think about it.
Not to the media, but like he has like
this is the recent to me. This is the recent, because obviously in the past it's been something about him getting into a fight with someone, something controversial. This is the first time in a long time that Chris has actually like got in the media's face and was like, "F you, I don't like y'all. You speak nothing but lies, X, Y, and Z." And he just made a gesture. And it's just like, I feel like as long as Chris and Rihanna are together, as long as Chris does controversy, as long as Rihanna does controversy, as long as they're seen together, it's going to be there. Because people disagree with them getting back together. We all know the story, what happened. I feel like it's their life. Let them live it. So people just let them be together. I think they're going to get married. I think Rihanna will get pregnant within a year. That is my prophecy. I think she surely will. And then the world is going to be in a corrupt because it's Rihanna, Chris Brown baby. And then it's like, oh, well, what are you going to teach your children about, female abuse and domestic violence and all this other stuff? And it's going to be like, y'all, a beautiful life is about to be born into this world. Chill out. Let it be alone. Chris is going to be Chris. He's 23. His birthday's coming up in May, about to be 24. Hopefully he's learning. He's adapting. But I feel like Chris, because you can't get out the spotlight. What are you going to do when they're chasing you? You can't. Sometimes it is best to be quiet, but sometimes you got to say, back up, because I'm going to let everybody know right now, when I get to the top, and if I have paparazzi following me, there's going to be a general rule. If I can touch you, you too close to me. So that means you got to back up, because if I can touch you, then you in the line to get punched. After that, because they can get cut on camera, they can't say nothing, because I told you, you step into your personal space, you going to get got.
But you still have to also understand the fact that this is the life you chose. You come with this life comes these different things. Like, so you can't just say, oh, I'm gonna, after so many times, I'm gonna throw a tantrum. Like, you're gonna throw a tantrum, and then tomorrow it's gonna be 12 more of those same people outside your door. So you're gonna throw a tantrum every time somebody make you mad?
But the thing about it wasn't like that when he first came out, though. When he first came out, because I feel like social media has blown for the last 5 years. If you think about when he first came out, it really was about talent. You can sing, you can dance, he can act. He loves what he does. He has his passion. He's a very young, talented kid, just like you have so many others. And I feel that's been lost because it's like you don't even have to have talent anymore to get a #1 hit. But he has true raw talent. Like Chris can sing. Like he can just sing a cappella. And so when you said, I want to be a singer, I want to be a dancer, I want to be an actor, that's what you were initially signing up for. It didn't get crazy until it was like, what is Sierra got? What's she wearing? Who's she dating? Who's she like? It just got like that because then what happened? Facebook happened, Twitter happened, Instagram happened. Because then all of a sudden, they're right there at our doorstep. They're tweeting what they're doing. So what happened? Bow. The paparazzi were there. Oh, me and Sierra, we're at dinner date. We're doing this. It's like social media blew it up to the point where it's like they have no privacy. If they want privacy, then don't be on social media. But at the same time, it was like that's how you get your fan base because people want to stay connected with their fans. So then it's like you had no choice. But when he recently came to business, that's not what he signed up for.
Yeah, I'm not even talking so much
later.
Specifically about Chris Brown. I'm just saying
even in general,
go on a rant over paparazzi,
even in general, because even think about it. You want to be on E! News. I want to be on E! News. If we get into it and we get to the top and we in there, we didn't sign, even though we know what we're getting ourselves into, we didn't sign up for that. We signed up to be E-News correspondents, you being on Fashion Police. That's what we signed up for. We were signed to report the news about celebrities, but we didn't sign up to be followed, to feel like I can't step outside my house to take my trash out and you gonna take a picture, take my kids to the park without you trying to snap us of me being a mother or me being a wife, you know? So that's where I feel people have to get back to the original things and let celebrities do what they do best. Let them show us their talent. Let them entertain us. And then if they lash out, to me, they're lashing out for a reason. They're not just doing it for nothing, you know? But I guess that we will.
Well, I did want to say something about Kelly Osbourne.
Oh.
She actually was on the set of Fashion Police and had a seizure, and they're doing tests to see if she's epileptic. So just wanted to say, get better soon. But
she did get released from the hospital, and she did send out I think it was on her blog or her Twitter or whatever. She said she's doing fine. She's back home. Her mother picked her up from the hospital, so she's saying she's doing really well, and she's supposed to be back this week for Fashion Police, and they should be taping it pretty soon. So she's back on set. So Kelly is back, and she is better, and we do still wish her well wishes and that everything is okay. And other than that, we thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next week.
This has been TrueStarTV with Sierra and Tier.
Bye guys.